Hello, beautiful. You look gorgeous. XMONDO color. That is my brand. We are loaded with great reviews, but sometimes a few bad ones are sprinkled in there, just to remind me that I'm not perfect and my brand still makes mistakes, and I've come to accept it. We can't always make everybody happy. Today, we're watching the good and possibly the bad reviews of XMONDO color. I'm not scared. I can do this.
Today, I'm going to be trying out the XMONDO hair color by Mondo. This is the 5-minute top coat. I'm going to be doing lavender today because my hair, I have not had platinum blonde in so long. It's also been a really long time since I've done like a really light lilac-y purple. So I'm going to try her out. I'm going to see how this goes.
We're starting off with 5-minute top coat. That is my newest range of products under XMONDO color. Process your hair in 5 minutes on wet hair, no gloves required, no tools required. Super easy and simple. It's gonna be really hard to fuck this up, and that is the point of 5-minute top coat. I was gonna say guaranteed, but legally I can't say that. Possibly guaranteed. The only concern I have, when she turned her head to the side, she has yellow going all through her hair, and she has also a kind of washed out pink tone throughout the mids and ends. So when you're putting a pastel color over a non-perfect canvas, you are going to get non-perfect results. You're gonna get results that are a little bit of a variation of tone. So we'll expect to see that for sure. Light colors show everything that's happening underneath. So just beware, if you're using a pastel color, don't expect perfection.
There is some pink hue throughout my hair because my hair has been pink. I just redid my roots yesterday and they are slightly yellow, but the purple genuinely should be dark enough to cover it. The one thing I will say about this like packaging is that you twist the cap to open it and you twist it shut. So like there's no seal or anything. There's no like real cap necessarily. And that's the only thing I maybe dislike about this type of packaging is that I feel like this could get messy, but you just twist it.
When we designed this, I wanted to make sure that that cap could not get lost and was mess-free as possible. So to me, it's very mess-free. Like that was the whole point. The cap has a little reservoir in it so that you can kind of just wipe your finger across it and clean it that way. It's really simple and it really doesn't get messy. I promise. Wipe it off as you go, like with your hand, and then it comes all off. This is our easiest packaging ever. And that click was my favorite part. Everything about packaging is so fun to do. I love innovating packaging. This to me was a way we could do that so that you don't lose caps, so that you don't have to take anything off. So everything's just even more simple than it has ever been.
But this purple definitely seems dark enough to where my roots will be toned and should be slightly purple. But yeah, some parts are a little more warm, which is fine. I think it'll add dimension. My hair is healthy and shiny and beautiful, gorgeous, and stunning, and she's gonna be purple. Ideally, I'm assuming this product probably would be best used in the shower. However, I'm going to wet my hair and then come back so that I can actually see in a mirror because my hair is growing. She's getting longer. It's not really easy for me to get all of my hair in the shower where I can't see what I'm doing, especially when it's damp.
Using 5-minute top coat in the shower is one of the best ways of using it, so it's really quick and even less messy than using it out of the shower. Super easy, but I agree with her. Sometimes you can't look in the mirror in the shower. I mean, some people do have mirrors in the shower, and if you're not that person, applying it out of the shower might be a little easier. You can totally re-wet your hair and just put it on like that.
All right, I'm back. My hair is damp. I personally am going to section off the top and bottom parts of my hair just because I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Personally, I'm just going to be using my hands. I imagine that this won't stain that much, and if it does, oh well. Like, this is the color. I'm not sure how much I'm going to end up needing.
I just get excited about everything about color. So we designed it to not be used with gloves. That's totally fine. 99% of people, it will not stain your hands. Obviously, if you are the palest of white people, you might see a little bit of something. But if you are not, you will not see anything. Because every time we tested this, every time we did any kind of trial run with this product, while developing this product, we never used gloves on purpose because we did not want people to have to use gloves to apply this product. So for me, and for everybody who's ever tested it, it does not stain your hands. No gloves necessary.
I want to make sure I really get it into my roots and just like massage it in there. I never dye my hair like this. Like usually I'm very good about like sectioning and getting everything, but this is meant to go on damp hair. I do have a comb, and again, I never do this, but I am going to try to do this.
You are doing it great. This is the whole point. It's easier than ever.
The top section is not going to be done as clean. That's just the way it is.
So she's applying this color to the top of her head. 5-minute top coat has surfactants built into it, which is the stuff that suds like in the shampoo. That way, the kind of sudsing, shampooing factor kind of moves around the color molecules to hit your entire head easily and evenly without having to section too much and while having wet hair. And that is what the water does. It actually helps the surfactant activate so that all that hair gets colored evenly and quickly.
If you have long hair, I would not apply this product the way that it says to, because it is really hard to get every single part without sectioning. Like, I'm trying. I'm just gonna say it. I think this product is great if you have short hair. If you have long hair, applying this without sectioning is actually not good, because no matter how much I comb through, no matter how much I massage this into my scalp, there's just gaps that I'm missing because I have too much hair.
Totally see what you're saying. The thing is, your hair can be way more wet when applying this. The more wet on the root it is, the more you're gonna get that sudsing so that all that color gets around and gets around evenly. But here, these are things we find out when the public tries it rather than our own testing internally. And guess what? These are things we can fix with more education. I will write this down though and make sure everybody knows through educational pieces how wet to make their hair before applying 5-minute top coat. That way there's no confusion. You can also section it. You can also do that. That is totally fine. Making it more wet will definitely help though. That way you can get that sudsing going.
And I don't want to have to do this again, so I'm just applying more product. I'm just hoping that I'm not gonna miss a spot. All right, I used my double mirrors and I have done as much cross sectioning as I can possibly do. I have combed through my hair multiple times. So if any parts get missed, I don't think it's my fault. I
love that she's combing her hair, but next time you can even use a fine tooth comb. That way the product gets in very nicely. You are really raking that product through.
This product would be really useful if your hair is already a light purple and you just want to like touch it up, almost like a color depositing conditioner. Like, I will keep using this every time that I shower moving forward to keep the color intact and just give it like a little refresh.
That is also a great way of using it as a color refreshing product. I love what you just said.
I am just gonna let this sit for maybe like 15 minutes. I genuinely don't care to leave it on super long. I'm gonna rinse it.
Just be careful leaving it on for longer than 5 minutes because it will continue to get darker. It will not be deep purple, but it won't be quite pastel lavender colored. It won't get like really dark, but it'll get darker.
I will be back to show you how this turned out.
I cannot wait to see these results.
I am a purple nurple. Honestly, the color is so pretty. This will be the perfect shade.
Oh my God.
Of like a pastel lilac after a couple washes. Once these darker pieces go a little more icy, it will be my perfect shade. I'm not in love with it just because I love pink so much. I really like the dimension in it just because I had different tones in my hair. Overall, she's cute.
Holy shit. That is the most beautiful, everything about this. The haircut and the styling and the color. They all just come together perfectly, like absolutely perfectly. Obviously your hair has different tones going through it because she didn't have a very perfect base to work with anyways. You're seeing different tones of lavender mixed in there, but oh my God, it is so shiny. It is so bright and it is the perfect tone of lavender. Like, she's saying that she likes pink better, but like, oh, girl, this is your color. Comment down below, guys, and tell her. I'm sure she's watching this video. Convince her that lavender is her color. And give this video a like and subscribe if you're not already. By the way, 5-minute top coat also comes in the color rose gold and platinum. This is the platinum one.
So we have the amethyst. These are the jewel tone colors. So we have amethyst.
I'm immediately scared. This is not gonna be good. I don't know if I can say it's my fault, but she has a tough canvas she's working with. I mean, we have bright yellow strands going through the back of her hair. We have bright blonde in the front. We have that drop of a root going on in the back that's like a level 7 light brown. Oh, and some damage. A lot of different shit going on, which means we're gonna get a lot of variation with those tones in the end result.
Oh man, it's like fresh and clean and like salon, like so good. And she's glittery. She's got some glitters.
There is actually mica in all of our color products because you need to have a fun experience while you're coloring your hair, duh. These are also our gemstone colors, so they are very bright.
This is the turquoise, and again, they got little sparkles in it. And then we have sapphire. This is the rhodolite. Brad, I'm taking your tips into account for this video. I'm not a level 10. My color is not even. I have orange. I still have like my root growth, but I have faith and trust in these colors that it will go over it. And I fully expect the orange spots will leave maybe some different colors. So for example, per color theory, if I put like a blue on one of the orangey spots, it's probably gonna turn green. And any other color that I put on there, it's not gonna be true.
Oh, I love this woman. She is so smart and she knows hair and she knows color theory. Oh, we are on to something good here. This is one of those situations where like you don't actually know what's gonna happen, because if her hair is porous enough and the colors are dark enough, it will probably hide all of the issues going on, even her roots. Like it'll probably just know, you won't even know she has roots. Because these colors are so pigmented, it'll probably cover everything, but you never like to guarantee that, because guess what? It's different for everybody, but I'm sure for her it'll work. Let's see.
The other thing that I'm doing is starting at the bottom. I am doing a color melt today. I'm gonna do probably a couple inch sections at a time and just, you know, do some solid of one color, do some ombre of another color, you know, like 2 colors here and here. I'm also keeping my roots. I want to see how well these colors go over brown hair and what they look like. The true test will be after I wash it. Most colors will stay on your hair and you'll see it after the initial rinse, but then they kind of will wash out after the first wash.
Oh, she is putting me to the test here. So she's testing me on how well this will cover yellow, bright yellow. She's also testing the color out by putting on her natural root that is brown. So we're gonna see how the this goes. Sweating a little bit, but confident at the same time. Okay, we are starting off with the purple, and now we're going into the blue. There's already a lot going on, and she only did the first strand.
So pretty, and it smells so good. Oh man, my whole bathroom is gonna smell like a salon. I love it.
Guys, I have a little thing for you. Guess what? Making something smell good in a hair product is like the most difficult thing I've ever done in my entire life. And we're still trying to make it better. Like every year we make the scent better, because it takes so much research and so many labs to make a good scent in a hair product. We've probably worked with like 5 labs at this point, and guess what? We are still trying to find the right ones. This is gonna shock you. There are certain color pigments that just smell really weird, and so you have to kind of mask that scent and then put your own scent on top of it. It is so confusing and so difficult to get right, but we are definitely working on it. I'm glad you like the scent, because it's not easy. Okay, so she's going on random sections and doing like purple and then blue and then pink, and everything is looking vibrant as shit. And another thing about XMONDO color is it kind of develops over time. Like it might start off a little lighter, but then as it stays on your hair, it gets a little darker.
She's purple, okay? She's purple.
She
Love
is.
it. All right, so this is what we have so far. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, if you can't tell, I am doing like this, right?
Wow.
We have doing layer by layer like this.
I am loving how evenly she's getting this on her hair, from roots to ends. Everything is perfectly covered and looking gorgeous. Yes. Makes me so happy. With any semi-permanent color, it's important that we get enough on the hair and really saturate those pieces roots to ends. Another thing you could do instead of doing horizontal sections is do diagonal sections, because it'll just make everything blend even better and give you that kind of like the color changes in your hair as you look at it, instead of like everything being kind of color blocky. Did you get the visual when I said
Almost done. Yes. And it's turning out so beautiful. I'm so excited. All right, so for the bang area, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I don't want all of this one piece. I just feel like that one color, I feel like it would be too much. This piece, I'm gonna make purple. Now my logic is I have pink here and I have turquoise here. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this one purple, because that would logically be the next one. The way I'm doing it is I just don't want to have like 2 colors directly next to each other, or like too much of one color in one place. And I will show you in a second as well, because it's getting very hard to really see what I'm doing, because it just looks dark unless I look at the ends.
The colors are just directly touching each other, which is totally fine because XMONDO color has a thicker consistency, so you don't need to use foils and you can do all this intricate work without worrying if the color is gonna bleed onto another color. Unless you're using yellow, then maybe you should be a little bit concerned, but all these darker colors together are totally fine. This is a really creative way of sectioning the bangs too. She did like a diagonal through the bangs, which I think is really cool. And I think it's gonna make a cool effect of like the purple and the pink and the blues. It's just gonna be like this whole magical thing going on. I'm feeling it. I'm getting the vibes.
It looks really dark to me, but I feel like I'm doing okay.
The back has a lot going on. She put in the work off camera. I mean, there is colors everywhere. It is purple and blue and magical and looks really vibrant. Like that shit is coming through. Obviously, her root's gonna be a little bit more muted than her ends because her ends are porous and her roots are her natural color.
It is just as much a mystery to me as it is to you right now. It looks pretty good. Only time will tell. Since there is so much blue on the front, like kind of surrounding my face, I'm gonna go with the pink and just make it pop. Even though there's pink here, I think, you know, it could work.
I think pink on that front section is perfect. I feel like the lighter colors always look better next to the face because you want the face to pop. You want all that attention up here, not back here. So yes, bright pink in the front and the blues and purples in the back is a perfect decision.
So for the middle sectioning, also look at this little rag thing. It is covered. It's gonna be a beautiful tie-dye. I left the middle the way that it is on purpose because I'm trying to figure out how to finish the top, because you have to think about, or I have to think about, like the layering, the way it's gonna fall. So I kind of want to switch up from what I'm doing layers this way to doing layers like this, so that when they fall, they will be even on both sides, and then I think it'll just give it a bit better of a look.
Okay, that is definitely one way of doing it. That's gonna give like a more of a stripy look. What I love to do with the top section is color it all one color. That way this one color lays on top of everything, and then when you curl your hair, it brings out all the different tones throughout, and it's such a little cool pop of color that like people don't expect. Or if you have your hair straightened and you like braid it, or you just move your hair side to side, you kind of uncover the stuff going on underneath, and it's like a peekaboo. It's just, I don't know, I love that. It's so fun. Ooh, we are going in with blue on the top. That is a bold choice, and I'm a little bit worried because, oh, and now we're switching to purple. But I was gonna say I'm a little worried because that blue is one of the lighter colors in this line, and going over that brown, I'm just a little worried it's not gonna pick up well, but we'll see. We'll definitely see.
It did take me like 2 hours to get all this on there. So I will be back in a little bit when this is done. I'm gonna rinse with cold water. I will see you for the final result. I'm so excited.
Holy shit, 2 hours is crazy, man. We're about to see the final results. My favorite time of all. Hopefully it doesn't look like shit. I don't think it will, but we'll see.
All right, this is the final result. What do you think?
Damn.
All right, so this is
Damn, that
the
looks
final
good.
result.
Holy shit. That is even more vibrant than what I was expecting. That looks beautiful. It's looking so good.
All right, we have some thoughts and some things to say. So first of all, my hair feels absolutely amazing. It's soft, it's beautiful, it's great.
There's bond boosters, hyaluronic acid, proteins, oils, all kinds of amazing things in the product, by the way. So it's not only just a color, it is a high quality hair mask.
It's mostly purple and blue. It looks like the pink, aside from a few spots, you can really see it more in the front, and I think there's like maybe a couple of spots over here where you can really see the pink more. I definitely did put more pink strands than what you can see, so it seems like the pink kind of blended into the purple, and then the turquoise blended into the dark blue. So again, you can see some spots. The turquoise ones are where it shows more green at the top, and those spots is where the turquoise was. So you can see a little bit of variation, but not as much as I would have liked. The purple and blue is definitely beautiful.
I don't think it was the color or you. I think it was just the base you're working with. I think some things blended with your existing color, like the existing yellow in your hair. Even when you have the yellow and you mix it with pink, you're not gonna get pink. You're not gonna get a true pink. It's gonna also be darker because if you apply pink over your natural color, which is a level 7 brown, you're gonna get more of a purple rather than a pink. It wasn't me and it wasn't you. It was just the canvas you're working with. So yeah, I would kind of realize I expected that to happen where everything kind of turns a little purple rather than her having vibrant pink all over. That makes sense. So you still look beautiful though, and I love the result. And unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that situation, about the pink turning purple when it's applied to brown hair. But if I could help, I would. Just bleach your natural hair before applying next time. That will ensure you get that really true pink result.
We are dyeing the hair. I did just go in and get a full head of highlights, and we did some slices, which basically means that instead of like weaving, she would just do a whole slice of hair because I'm trying to get as blonde as possible, but my hair can't handle a full bleach out. When you do a split dye, I like when like they touch at the front and like you can see the different colors. So I got this really thick bang. Some of it's a little bit orange and like dark. I will be using the XMONDO super dyes today. I thought about mixing them because like I'm not sure if these colors are perfect.
Okay. These videos are giving me anxiety. These videos are making me nervous. Another person with a lot going on. Like she has brown going through her hair. She has yellow. She has the blonde in the front, but the blonde's not even that bright. So we're going over some hair that is multicolored for sure. Luckily, she pulled out some super orange and super red, and they are super orange and super red, and they cover a lot of situations, especially the red. You can put that on most stuff and it will cover it up. So we're in luck, but I'm still nervous. It's one of those canvases that you just don't know what's going to happen at the end result.
So this is what super pink looks like. Ah, we love her. And this is what super orange looks like. This one's a little bit lighter of an orange than I normally go for.
I meant super pink, not super red. Apparently she's using super pink, and that is still dark, but not as dark as red, obviously. And it would have been nice to see red and orange together, but we're gonna do pink, and I love pink.
We have to part the hair, which is literally the scariest and most important part of this. So like I'm taking this like kind of right down the center of my nose, and I like to start with like the top half first. Honestly, like kind of a hot part.
She has beautiful hair. Like that hair is luxurious. It is so thick. Woo! She has pounds of hair on that head, but that does make it difficult to apply evenly because the more hair, the more sections, and the more you risk things not being covered correctly or evenly. So this is gonna be a task for her, and it's probably gonna take a long time to cover all this hair. By the way, you can find most of our colors at Sally Beauty and our hair care products, so make sure you go there if you want to purchase or you're feeling impulsive and you do it right now and you can't order online. We are in all Sally Beauty locations in Canada and the US, and that is over 2,000 locations, so check us out in your area. Go to Sally Beauty and support your boy's brand. Thank you so much. We love Sally Beauty. Comment below if you love Sally Beauty and tag them.
So I'm kind of applying it just below the part line first, just because it is thick and there's like a lot on there, and I want to make sure that I get kind of, I don't want to like glob it right on the part, you know? Okay, now that I'm to this part, I am going to hook up my camera, and I'm gonna have to stand like the other way because it's just like, it's easier for me to see it this way, but I guess that works for you guys because you guys can really see it. I am going to like try to hold.
Girl, you need a 3-way mirror immediately. The classic, the one and only, the one I mentioned in most videos, this one. It is on Amazon, and I'm not sponsored by this brand, by the way. I don't even know who this is. I just have one and I love it. So get it, I'll link it below for everybody. The 3-way mirrors make it so much easier to do at-home color and at-home cuts. Seriously, you need it. That iPad is a mile away from the other mirror. How are you seeing anything?
Honestly, having a shadow root feels like a literal godsend right now.
All right, so she is applying that super pink color all over that one side of her hair. And I love that she's working on the roots first. That way it keeps everything nice and organized, because you do not need to apply this to your mids and ends first, your roots first, and nothing really matters. Like, you know how I always say with bleach, apply to your mids and ends first? With my color, it doesn't matter where you apply it. You can apply it anywhere you want to start and to end. It is so easy and so fun to use. And obviously she's using a brush, but you do not need to use a brush. You can literally just go on with your hands, scoop it up, and apply. I find it to be way easier that way, and that's mostly how I apply this color. What I'm worried about is that she's going over it so many times that she's actually wiping the color off with her hands and like squeezing too tight on the strand. We want there to be a generous amount on the surface. We don't want it to just be like completely stripped of color. This kind of makes me nervous that things are not going to be that pigmented when she rinses it off. So we'll see. We'll see.
I do feel like this dye like doesn't look super pigmented right now, so I'm hoping it turns out brighter than it looks on my hair. You know what I mean? Like, does that look, it doesn't look very dark on my hair, but like I know the hair is saturated.
I'm hoping that's gonna be very pigmented. I'm hoping you applied enough, because I don't want to see a bad result at all. I really don't want to see a bad result. I'm gonna be so sad. I hate when you guys get bad results. It makes me want to cry, even if it's not my fault. Like, it makes me sad. I want to go poof into your bathroom and be like, hi, let me help you. Give me the color. She is working around her head, getting all that color in there evenly and nicely. I'm quite impressed. She is putting in the work though, because like I said, she has 25,000 pounds of hair. No more, no less, exactly 25,000 pounds. And it looks like it is gonna hurt her arms trying to get all that color in there. Like, I know keeping your arms up like this for an hour is not easy work. She's making it look easy. This might be the best day of my life or the worst day of my life, depending on how these results look.
We go in with super orange. I will say this dye is a little bit thicker than most other dyes I've used, so it is a little bit tricky to like saturate. And like I said, it doesn't look very vibrant right now in my hair, but I mean, dye tends to look different sometimes when you apply it on your hair versus when you rinse it out. So hopefully it'll process.
Yes, when you apply it, it actually doesn't look that deep, but as their color develops, it will get darker. And the second thing, it being really thick, it is a very deep conditioning mask. It has a lot of stuff in it to make sure your hair feels better post-coloring.
I'm gonna kind of start like, again, like close to my part, but not like at my part, and work my way up. Just because it is a little bit thicker, I don't really wanna like glob it on.
Except you are kind of wasting the color and your time by applying it to the dark parts of your hair, because orange is not gonna cover over a level 6 hair color, like a medium brown color, unfortunately. So I don't like waste, so next time, don't even color over that section. Just leave it. All right, we are getting that orange all over this section. It is looking bright and fabulous. It just reminds me of summer. Just orange is just, oof. It is just so comfy and cozy and gorgeous and fun. I love orange and pink together, by the way. I don't think I even mentioned that. That's one of my favorite color combos. I think we did it in like one of our first color shoots. We did a model with pink and orange hair, and I thought it looked fierce as like, it was so good. It was everything I ever dreamed of. And when I saw those final photos, I was like, ah, that is what I'm talking about, girl. Like, that is it. And this is bringing you back to that. It's looking great.
Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys in front of the window so you can see the color a little bit better. But the dye is fully applied now. I will save all of my final thoughts until the end when I reveal it. So I'm gonna leave this on for probably like an hour.
All right. The moment we've all waited for. The final results. Please tell me it's dark enough for her. Please, please, please.
Okay, while I was applying these dyes, I remember saying multiple times, like, I don't know if they're gonna be vibrant enough. They look a little bit like more dull when you're applying them, but clearly I was mistaken and I never should have questioned Brad, because these colors, stop, let me show you the back.
I think I've seen this result in a video before, but it's shocking every time because holy shit. Oh, this is the most beautiful. This is the most beautiful result I've ever seen, and those colors look neon. And we were both worried about the pigment of them. I know my colors, and I know how the results are supposed to look, and I know how things are supposed to go. But it is color and it is hair. Sometimes it's unpredictable. So I'm so happy it worked out in my favor.
I am obsessed with this. These turned out so perfectly. This orange is beautiful, and I definitely thought it wasn't gonna be as dark as I wanted it to be, but like, it's that perfect pumpkin orange.
I've heard enough. You have me worried though. And also on the top of her hair, it actually did tint her natural color. So fuck me and don't listen to me. Listen to me, but don't.
We are going to be dyeing my hair copper. So a little while ago, I tried some new shades from XMONDO. There was a 5R and the 7C. You guys, this one, as soon as I swatched it, I was like, oh, this is going directly on my hair.
These are also brand new shades, 7C and 5R, that are exclusively available at Sally Beauty.
My hair is kind of a mess right now. As you guys can see, I just bleached my roots here. Then we have this root back here. Then these ends are a different color than this blonde up here. So my hair is just Neapolitan ice cream. Like literally my hair looks like Neapolitan ice cream right now.
Okay, we are putting me through hell today. Also making me very happy today. But this is another starting hair color that is crazy. She called it Neapolitan ice cream. Yeah, sure, something like that. We have dark roots that are about 2 inches long, and then we have this kind of like soft pink color going throughout the mids and ends. And then we have this kind of like pale yellow blonde streak in the front. And she's gonna put 7C copper over everything. XMONDO color, please come through for me, please. By the way, the 7C color is a part of our natural colors collection. This is all of them. There's a lot of colors, so if you don't have colorful hair, you can also buy a natural color. It is a part of our super gloss collection. It has major glossing benefits and also pigment mixed into it. Super easy to do at home by yourself with no color experience. Okay, she's applying a platinum blonde color on the front of her hair just to cancel out that yellow and make it nice and bright white to complement what's going on in the back, which is that 7C bright copper color. Cool mix, I like that. I love a big chunky blonde section. Nothing makes me happier in life. I think during COVID, I remember when everybody had that, it was called like the e-girl. I think like the e-girl look, remember this? That was sick. That was my favorite thing ever. And then I did Charli D'Amelio's hair like that, like this, yeah. We kind of ate.
And it's so interesting because the color in the container does not look super vibrant and copper. It looks pretty dull and muted. Are we ready? I'm not sure I am. I'm not sure.
Okay, dull in container. I've heard that a few times today. I don't know what I can do about that, but like, just trust me that it's not gonna be dull, please. I don't know why it looks so dull in the container and then it just comes out so vibrant on the hair. But look at the swatches and go with what the swatches say, not what's inside the container.
I might wet my ends just because with thicker colors like this, I do like to apply it on damp hair. I just feel like the product like glides onto the hair a little bit better than if you were just to put it on dry hair. Sometimes it can be a little bit patchy. If you put super conditioning color on dry hair, it can take unevenly because of the porosity. So I think I am going to wet my ends, but because my roots are so healthy and the color already has a difficult time grabbing, I'm gonna go straight in with just the color on my root area here, and then like I said, we'll wet my ends. You guys know semi-permanent color doesn't like to stick to virgin hair very well.
This is an interesting concept she has going on here. She's gonna apply the color to her roots dry because she wants all that pigment, all that power, but she's then gonna dampen her ends to make the product a little bit thinner and a little more sheer for her ends. I think that's a great idea and that's totally something you can do. Really interesting and never really seen anybody do that before.
I'm just going through and applying this all over at my root area real quick. Literally as it hits my hair, I can see like the true copper undertones coming through. It's kind of hard to see, like I said, in the jar, but once it really melts into your hair, those copper undertones are known. I'm just gonna go on this side too. You guys, look how grown out my roots are.
I don't know how much this copper is gonna change her brown color. Every time we develop a new shade of an XMONDO color, we are testing all the way from a level 5 to a level 10 just to see what happens. And usually on copper, it really does take on a level 7 up to a level 10, but nothing below that. So I'm gonna expect that this is gonna tint her natural hair color a little bit orange and it's gonna be absolutely beautiful. But I'm always nervous. Her root hair is not porous, which means it's hard to grab onto for a semi-permanent color. The more porous your hair, the deeper those results will be with semi-permanent color because it needs something to latch onto. She is getting this color on everything and she is so good at applying color. She makes it look so easy. Aislinn has done 1,000 billion trillion different looks on her hair, so she should be good at it at this point. And I love that she's applying to the darkest parts first. That way it has the most time to develop on those parts rather than on the blonde parts that are already obviously light and are gonna take faster.
Look how pretty it looks already. already. Just the copper root. I'm too excited, you guys. I'm too excited about this copper hair. My hair is gonna smell so good. That's my favorite part about using XMONDO dye. It makes your hair extremely soft and shiny, and it also makes your hair smell so good for a long time. Like, your hair has the XMONDO scent to it for quite a while. And then if you use XMONDO hair care on top of it, it just like amplifies the scent.
Stop gassing me up. Stop, I'm blushing. She's getting all that color on those mids and ends, and it is looking perfectly copper. We worked so hard on our natural tones. I work hard on every product, but like, some products are harder than others, and the natural tones were really hard to do in semi-permanent color. There's no true black semi-permanent color that exists, so you kind of have to make these natural shades without having black, which is very difficult. All right, she is almost done with applying to the mids, ends, and roots, and everything is looking beautiful. Her wet hair, though, is making me a little scared because of the fact that we are not getting full pigment. We are getting like half pigment on those mids and ends. So hopefully they're bright enough and natural looking enough with the dilution of the water and everything going on. But let's find out. Let's see the final results.
I'm so obsessed with this color. Like, I don't think you guys understand. This is the most beautiful semi-permanent copper shade I have ever seen or ever used. It is so beautiful. It really does have a natural copper feel to it. Like, I just cannot get over how much I love this, and the face framing blonde makes me love it even more. This specific copper shade literally pried out of my freaking dead hands. I swear this is like the only copper shade I'm gonna be using from now on because, well, it speaks for itself. It is so gorgeous.
Oh, you're the person of my dreams by saying that. Oh, that is your color. That is sick. Super edgy and fierce. I love the blonde in the front. You look incredible, Aislinn. I am obsessed with this copper, and I'm impressed with myself on this one. All right, I'm gonna say it. Like, this looks so good. I think you look perfect. I would even like to see without the bang section. Like, I want to see your entire head be copper. This is your color, except you rock every color, and I'd probably say about any color, but like, for today, this is your color until you change it, and then that's your color. You killed it.